So viewer, today's topic is pertussis, that is whooping cough. Now, pertussis is also known as whooping cough. It is a highly contagious bacterial disease caused by Bordetella pertussis. It is also known as 100 days cough or cough of 100 days. Now, Sen Hedam first used the term pertussis, that is intense cough, in 1960. It is preferable to the term whooping cough since some infected individuals do not whoop. Clinically, the disease is characterized by an insidious onset with mild fever and an irritating cough, gradually becoming paroxysmal with a characteristic whoop, that is loud crowing inspiration, and vomiting after coughing. Symptoms are initially mild and then develop into severe coughing fits. The coughing stage lasts for approximately 6 weeks before subsiding. Now, regarding problem statement, the authentic data available up to 2017, the disease has worldwide distribution, and worldwide it is estimated that there are about 1,43,963 pertussis cases up to 2017, and India during 2017 only 23,779 cases are reported and 6 deaths are also reported. Now comes to the agent factor. Agent is Bordetella pertussis in majority of cases. However, in 5% cases, Bordetella parapertussis also is a agent factor. Bordetella pertussis does not survive for prolonged period in the environment. Now, source of infection. Source of infection is a case of pertussis which may be mild, missed or unrecognized. A chronic carrier stage does not exist. Infective material is nasopharyngeal and bronchial secretion in the form of droplets and droplets nuclei. Freshly contaminated fomites also plays a role as the agent does not survive for longer period in environment. So freshly contaminated fomites are infective material. Now, regarding infectivity period, a week after exposure to about 3 weeks after the onset of paroxysmal stage is infective period. Maximum infectivity is during first week of illness and secondary attack rate is 90%. Primarily, the disease of infant and preschool children, the morbidity and mortality is highest among infant below 6 months of age. Median age of infection in developing countries is 20 to 30 months and in developed countries about 50 months because of the better coverage of immunization. Female children show higher incidence and mortality in observations. Regarding immunity, infants are susceptible to infection from birth because there is no protection from maternal antibodies, and recovery from pertussis and adequate immunization both leads to immunity. But neither natural disease or vaccination provide complete or lifelong immunity against reinfection or disease. Protection begins to wane 3 to 5 years after vaccination, so the booster doses are required. Second attack may be seen in 10% of the cases, and also there is no cross immunity against Bordetella parapertussis. It is a endemic disease occurring throughout the year, but highest cases occurs in winters and early spring because of overcrowding, close proximity of individuals. Pertussis is an endemic with epidemic cycles every 2 to 3 years after accumulation of susceptible cohort. This type of trend is known as cyclic trend of disease. Incubation period ranges from 1 to 2 weeks. Now, clinical manifestation due to long duration of disease, it is also known as 100 days cough. There are 3 stages: catarrhal stage, paroxysmal stage and convalescent stage. Now comes to the catarrhal stage. The stage lasts for 1 to 2 weeks, that is 7 to 14 days, it is the most infectious period, and clinical features are low grade fever, sneezing, running nose, lacrimation, conjunctival coloring, and anorexia. This is the stage where it is very easy for the bacteria to spread due to the fact that the patient is unaware of what they have and may continue with their day to day activities. Cough, it is not paroxysmal in early stages but more annoying and frequent at night and does not improve with passage of time, unlike upper respiratory tract infection. Paroxysmal stage lasts for 2 to 4 weeks and cough initially dry, intermittent, irritative heck that evolves into unavoidable paroxysms. The series of short coughs followed by a noise, that is inspiratory crowing sound, that is called whoop. Cough is a forced expiratory effort against closed glottis. And what is whoop? Whoop is produced by the air rushing in during inspiration through the half open glottis. This gush of air through the glottis create a classical, a deep high pitched inspiratory whoop. Now listen the sound of cough, normal cough. Now listen the sound of whoop. So observe the difference between both type of cough. Now paroxysmal phase, the paroxysm of cough may occur every hour or even frequently and may terminate by vomiting. The child may appear choked and is unable to breathe, looks anxious and has flooded face. Non-convalescent phase. During convalescence, the interval between the paroxysm of cough increases and severity of episode decreases gradually. Paradoxically, in infant, cough and whoop may become louder and more classic in convalescent phase. It lasts for 2 to 4 weeks. Now, in summary, there is a picture showing all the three stages: catarrhal stage, paroxysmal stage, and convalescent stage. Catarrhal stage may last 1 to 2 weeks and symptoms are runny nose, low grade fever, mild occasional cough, and in this stage case is highly contagious. Stage 2, paroxysmal stage, lasts for 1 to 6 weeks. It may extend to 10 weeks. Symptoms are fits of numerous rapid cough followed by whoop sound, vomiting and exhaustion after coughing fits, called paroxysm. Stage 3, that is convalescent stage, it lasts for 2 to 3 weeks, may up to 4 weeks. It is susceptible to other respiratory infection for many times. Recovery is gradual, coughing lessen, but fits of coughing may return. Now clinical manifestations, some additional notes. Immunized children have foreshortening of the all stage of pertussis and adult have no distinct stages. In infant less than 3 months, the catarrhal and paroxysmal stage is usually a few days or not recognized at all when apnea, choking or gasping cough is the precursor of disease. In infant less than 3 months of the age, apnea or cyanosis before appreciation of cough is the clue, occasionally cause of sudden infant death. Now regarding blood picture, leukocytosis is seen 15,000 to 1 lakh cells per cubic millimeter, and absolute lymphocytosis is found. Absolute increase in neutrophils suggests a differential diagnosis or secondary bacterial infection. Isolation of Bordetella pertussis is a gold standard in diagnosis and positive in catarrhal and paroxysmal stage. Test of detection of antibodies in acute and convalescent stage, convalescent samples are most sensitive test in immunized individual. Now comes to the complication. Apnea, secondary infections that leads to otitis media, pneumonia, flaring up of existing tubercular infection, malnutrition. Now there are complications due to forceful cuffing, conjunctival and scleral hemorrhages, pathology in upper body parts. This picture shows bilateral scleral hemorrhages and periorbital edema in a young boy with pertussis. This picture shows ecchymosis and conjunctival hemorrhage in a 6-year-old unimmunized children with pertussis. Child with broken blood vessel in eye and bruising on face due to pertussis cuffing. Epistaxis may occur, hemorrhages in CNS and retina may occur due to forceful cuffing. Rib fracture may occur, pneumothorax may occur, subcutaneous emphysema may occur, urinary incontinence, umbilical and inguinal hernia, and even seizures may occur. Now comes to the treatment part. Antibiotics are useful only in the catarrhal stage. Once the child goes in paroxysmal stage, it is very difficult to abort the attack. Erythromycin is drug of choice, and respiratory isolation for more than 5 days after start of erythromycin therapy. Alternative drugs are clarithromycin or azithromycin. Ampicillin, rifampicin, cotrimoxazole are modestly active against pertussis, and cephalosporins are not active against pertussis. Now for close contacts, chemoprophylaxis is erythromycin is drug of choice for chemoprophylaxis, regardless of age, history of immunization and symptoms. Now care of household and close contacts, that means immunization. What is the situation for contacts age less than 7 years? What are the recommendation? If the child is not vaccinated against pertussis, then initiate vaccination. If child is partially vaccinated against pertussis, complete the recommended schedule. If the child received third dose for more than 6 months back, then booster dose should be given. And if the child received fourth dose more than or equal to 3 years back, then also booster dose should be given. Now regarding prevention, there is vaccine, 2 types of vaccine, whole cell vaccine and purified acellular vaccines. Whole cell vaccines developed in late 1940s. In it, bacteria killed by heat or formalin. It is controversial because of the local and systematic side effect, and its 3 doses give 80 to 90% efficacy. Purified acellular vaccine, it is introduced in 1981 by Japan. It contains subcomponents of bacteria, that may be filaments, hemagglutinin and pertussis toxins. Efficacy, 2 doses give 70% protection against culture confirmed infection and 80% protection against severe whooping cough. Now DTP or DPT vaccine, it contains diphtheria toxoid, pertussis and tetanus toxoid. Dose should be 0.5 ml. Route deep intramuscular. Recommended site anterior lateral aspect of mid of thigh. Routine immunization schedule, there is pentavalent vaccine in 6, 10 and 14 weeks, in which diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, Haemophilus influenza and hepatitis B are included. and booster dose at 16 to 18 months, DPT first booster should be given, and at 5 to 6 years of age, fifth dose, that is second booster of DPT, should be given. Now, contraindication to vaccines: personal or strong family history of epilepsy, convulsion or similar CNS disorders, and reaction to one of the previously given triple vaccine is contraindication. Now the topic is concluded. Thank you.